Hello beautiful souls, welcome back or welcome on in to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Anu and I am your psychic tarot host. Today's reading is all about what is happening in this connection. So you have to have another person in mind, only then can we look at the energies. But hey, if you want to look at the future person, you can look at it that way as well. But my intention is actually for people who are in a connection, because that's something I haven't covered in a while. So that's what we're going to look into today. It is timeless. It is pick a card. You can choose multiple options. The first option here is Tiger's Eye. Okay. Option number 2, we have Lemurian Quartz. And option number 3, we have Tektite. And option number 4, we have Labradorite. I can never say it properly. Labradorite. Okay, so those are your 4 piles. Go ahead and pick the one that calls to you the most, and I will see you right at your selection. Hi pile 1, this is for those of you that chose the first crystal, which is Tiger's Eye. It does have a message that we're going to incorporate into our reading and read towards the end. Okay, so we'll read about why you were drawn towards this crystal. So we're going to look at what is happening in this connection. It's got to have you and another person, as I said in the intro. So this could be, these cards are going to tell us about the connection and the current energies, the state that it's at. But think of your person and then we'll get right into it. Okay, so let's see. We have, ooh, okay, this one wanted to come out first. Interesting. Memories, nostalgia, repetition, attachment, relieving the past, let it go. I want to place them all out and then see. We have new life. Ooh, this is very interesting energy. We have, what? Oh my goodness. Okay, 2 completely different decks. Memories, nostalgia. I am completely blown away. Okay, this is for my people who, this could be a twin flame connection over here, okay? Because memories flanking a new life, okay? Oh, I wanna, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Let's see what else we have. We have coffin, so endings. We have endings, new beginnings. And then we have, what is this? Doctor. Okay, healing. All right, this is, if this part doesn't resonate, I'll tell you, pick another pile. But this pile clearly looks like this is either a twin flame, a past life connection, a past connection, or it could be something that's been on again and off again. Okay, if you've not been in connection for so long, this could be even like, you were dating and then one person had to travel for work or something happened. Our goals were in different directions and then we kind of went our separate ways and then we're back again and this is a completely new beginning. Okay, so this is what I'm picking up. That's what the entire reading is gonna show. And from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna look into what are your memories, maybe your memories. I am floored. This is absolutely amazing. So there is some remembrance of older experiences as well, but there's a very clear indication that the old patterns, those are being set aside and there's a completely new, like a fresh of breath air, okay, that's being instilled into this connection and things are really healing. This is a very, very powerful connection, okay? So what we're going to do, I'm going to place the cards. I have a few oracles that I have pre-pulled. Then we're going to drop some tarot cards. And I'm like dropping mics over here with this energy is really big. So we'll look at that and then we'll look at the combination. In this part, do feel free to flip-flop the energies, okay? I'm going to use the left side here for you and the right side for them, for your person. But if you feel the energies or vice versa, please do feel free to do that. So this represents you and this represents them. Let's see your current energies. We have Child Magical, and then we have Mercury in Virgo, 6th house, caution. Okay, so the Child Magical came out in upright, so we'll read their light attributes, which says, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. And then we have still a little bit of caution. Okay, so this is an energy of cautiously optimistic. That's what you are. You are likely more enthusiastic, and you're very positive about how this connection could take off from here. Very, very high optimism coming through with the child magical. But somewhere it is almost, I feel like, a battle of heart versus the head, because a Mercury is coming through as caution. So you are approaching this, or you're ready to approach this, but you are also very guarded, okay? It's like you really want to believe in it, but something, maybe the past experiences or our fears or our ego, may be holding us back. And always remember, ego is not a bad thing. Ego is something that is here to protect us, to keep us safe, to keep us in the tried and tested, so we don't get hurt, okay? So ego has a place in our life. I never want you guys to think ego is something bad, but there are times when we want to listen to the ego and to our fears, and there are times where we want to, you know, thank them for being there, for providing for us, but then move beyond them, okay? It all depends. So that's what I'm seeing here. Definitely, I think the key word is cautiously optimistic, okay? That's how you're showing up. I'm going to put this here to make sure I get all the cards. So let's look at your person. We have, in reverse, we have angel. So the shadow attributes are acting innocent or angelic to mislead others, falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. So they may be still working through their light journey. They may still be like working through their lessons, or they may be a little low on faith at this point. And then we have, oh no wonder, because we have Saturn in Cancer, charity, 4th house. So there are some home elements, okay? This healing is probably happening for this person. They still have a little bit more work to do. They are also, anyway, like if this is like a star card. No matter if they come out upright or reversed, they still have light, right? That's what it is. So angel is an angel, and sometimes the angel also needs a little bit of rest and rejuvenation. But the factors that I see is like they're probably more focused on home and family and building their foundation. We do have Saturn here, okay, in Cancer. Saturn is a heavy energy, okay? Saturn creates restrictions, it creates responsibilities. Sometimes they can feel like burdensome energies, okay? So they have something going on around them where things are not as smooth and easy at their home. This could be, for example, if they're working from home and they have a full house, or this is like, you know, maybe they had a traveling job. Travel is coming up for some reason for this group. And now travel has been very difficult. So maybe they're a consultant. And so something around work and family is what is kind of dimming their light a little bit. Okay, that's what's going on. So let's see. Let's see, what are your expectations of them? Oh, look at this. You have child wounded, and then their expectations of you are the Virgin. Okay, so there's a lot of purity. Okay, this is a very pure connection. Again, the child wounded says awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens a learning path to forgiveness, and the Virgin is really, again, about maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. So it's almost like this is pretty similar, your expectations of each other. This is showing me, again, maybe you're both light workers as well. That's also possible. And of course, light workers do go through the hardest journeys, right? But you almost want them to heal and show the path to others. They love the purity, and because you see, you have a lot of innocence and purity in your energy with 2 child cards showing up, right? So there is a sense of beauty to you, and that's what they want to keep seeing, and you want to see them heal more, okay? Work on their healing journey, because we cannot heal anybody else unless they choose to heal themselves, okay? So that's what the expectation is showing up over here. We're gonna put some tarot into, I wanted to do tarot, I don't know why I didn't, so I guess this is how we're going. We're gonna do all oracle first, and then we're gonna use tarot to clarify further. These represent your fears. So we have engineer, yes, and then we have expect powerful change. Okay, so showing up in the fears, I'm gonna make some more room. Give me a sec. Too many decks here for you. Okay, Looks like they may be somebody who is extremely organized. Okay, when the engineer energy shows up, to me, it's like talking about over organized. So your fears are like, is this gonna take a lot of building blocks to fix things together? Because again, there's strong memories here, right? And there are things that we want to end and that we want to start really new. But there's so much fixing probably you may feel that needs to happen. And are they gonna over engineer this and draw this out? Okay, you do kind of want to see like all of a sudden things shake up, this could also go the other way where you feel like, well, it's going to take a miracle to fix this. Okay, so there are some fears in here. Oh, look at their fears. We have the networker in reverse, the shadow aspect, being conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. The light attribute is enhances unity through sharing information. So there is a communication gap here, okay? Because networker is all about strong communications, and I think both people need to talk a little bit more, need to express where they are in their journeys and actually make room for each other if we want to heal together. This definitely is looking like, again, external factors are showing up over here, but also like maybe the conversation is not as seamless as it should be. And then nothing is yet set in stone. Yeah, so there's a little bit of instability. You see, they have nothing yet is set in stone, and you have expect powerful change. So there is a sense of instability. There's also some fears around, is this actually going to work? Hey, can I be transparent? Can I express myself the way I feel truly without like hurting the other person or without, any other adverse effects on my relationship or this relationship, while also preserving our family and our friends and our other goals properly, right? So there's a little bit of inhibition around that. Let's see any external factors. Pioneer coming out in the reverse. So it says, okay. So there are some delays, okay? And as I said, I don't know if this, and we'll look at tarot as well. There are some delays on how this connection can move forward. Right now seems like it's at a standstill, because Pioneer is also giving me Uranus energy, because so maybe one of you is Aquarius, because Pioneer is a breakthrough moment. All of a sudden we have a light bulb moment. And coming out in the reverse, it's possible that the macroeconomic environment, the condition of the globe, the pandemic that we've been going through is actually making things worse. And is creating distance and is moving things very slowly. As I said, for some of you, either this could be vice versa, where the family and the home situation is making things a little bit slower, okay? We had Saturn there show up as well. Possible outcome, we do have the hedonist in shadow, which says pursues pleasure to the detriment of health, indulges at expenses of others. Okay, so there are some more fears at this point, and that's why this Doctor card came out in the beginning. Okay, it looks like, here's what's happening, and we're gonna draw tarot now on top of these, but if this is not making sense, pick another pile, but I really feel the story is very, very straightforward over here. What's happening is there's two people who were together, on again, off again, or, it may feel like you've spent lifetimes together, but something is missing. And what's missing is there are some inner hidden fears where, one person has a lot of optimism in them. They want things to be more fluid and not to be completely fully planned out and go with the flow, with the engineer coming in the fear, and the other person has a lot of actual limitations in their life because of their environment. Okay, they do really cherish in a sense, the brightness of you, but they are kind of a little bit limited at this point, and they can see in their fears were showing up. They're not able to express that properly. Like, how do they tell you they're not ready to move forward because they literally have no space in their life? The work side may be so heavy, or they have no space beyond the responsibilities. Maybe they're a single parent, maybe they are taking care of the elderly. Something has happened in Cancer in the 4th house where it's kind of limited their ability to make time for themselves. That said, all this is kind of impacting the relationship, but also there is a little bit of a, you know, the energy is like, it sometimes feels impulsive and sometimes it feels we pull back. We really want to go towards each other, then we pull back. That's what's coming here over here. So let's see what Tarot has to say. Spirit for pile one. What pile one, right there it is. It's like the center of your reading. You have the new life. So what is going on? What is going on? Let's start with you, how you're showing up. We have the 5 of Cups. Okay, so a little bit of a, again, with the memories, there is some melancholy that is going on over here. There's a little bit of sadness around why things are not really progressing as you want them to. Let me check their energies. We have the 5 of Pentacles. Look, both people, 5 5s. It is really coming out that there is some disappointment. There's isolation here and there's disappointment here. Again, like this girl or this character is sitting behind a door when the key is right there, but the 5 of Pentacles is about feeling isolated, okay? So there is something where they feel closed off, and there's something, you see that, and that's what makes you a little bit sad, okay? So something is going on. Comment below if this really looks like a job situation, a location. Is it a distance? Is there like a full house? Is there not a solid foundation? Something like that is really, really going on over here. I want to see. Yeah, you do. Look, 6 of Cups. This is definitely somebody from your past, okay? Or it feels, it could be a friend that you want to progress this to a relationship. It is 6 of Cups is again a card of memory. It is again a card of nostalgia. So it does feel like this is your best friend, but something is blocking the connection. Let's look at them. Their expectations are 6 of Swords. Yeah, they really want to come out of this limbo. They really want to move forward up to like really smooth sailing, calm waters with you. Right now, they feel they're kind of in uncharted territory, in stormy waters. And you see this figure in this deck is on their own. Usually in Rider-Waite, there's like one person sitting and the other person is kind of rowing the boat. So they do feel they're on their own right now. They would very much like to move forward with you, and you would very much like to like recreate new memories with them. I want to look at the fears a little bit more, Spirit. What is this fear about? We have the Queen of Wands and one more. Something about light. Ace of Cups. It's your fears are like, are you okay? There is a, this is gonna sound a little weird, but I'm gonna speak freely over here. Looks like you can see this energy that they do want to move forward, but you may think that they're not strong enough to come forward and confess their feelings. Okay, the Ace of Cups is our offer of love, and they may think that they may put you up on a pedestal. Okay, that's what's happening, and this is why they're like overly planning. Maybe they need to get to a certain title, maybe they need to get a certain job before they approach you, because they're trying to plan a lot of things very carefully. So it looks like in your fears it's showing up they won't be bold enough to express themselves, and maybe they don't see themselves at the same level as you. Okay, there's some sort of inhibition on that. I want to check a little bit more on their fears. Moon, fears coming up on fears. Okay, this is a bigger energy. They're so afraid of what tomorrow holds. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles. Very, it's like 18 reduces to a 9, and this is also a 9. So you have repeating numbers at the table. 5 5 and 9 9 is showing up. Okay. Interesting. So as I said with the moon energy, they don't know what tomorrow holds. Okay, they don't know what's going to be the path, how these things are going to feel, or these things are going to progress into a middle path, right? We have 2 dogs over here that find the middle path. They feel they're pretty much buried right now. Okay, there's no space. And with the 9 of Pentacles, there's also a little bit of fear of like, are they gonna spend their life on their own. Okay, Nine of Pentacles is about being single. Okay, that's coming through with them. So either the fears could be like whether they would have their independence when they come into this connection, you know, would it be a little bit restricting for them? But at the same time, they just don't know. They just don't know how they can move forward. They're feeling isolated, they're feeling heavy, they have a lot of responsibilities, and they have all these fears. Are they going to disappoint family or you? And are they good enough? Okay, are they good enough is coming up over here on both sides for me. Okay, and they do know that it's a little bit, things are up in the air. Nothing is set in stone. Okay, so let me see externally, is there anything else that's happening over here? I think they're unable to speak. Like my throat is hurting. And we did have the networker in reverse over here. Yeah, they're afraid to speak and express themselves. And it may not be just to you. In general, how they're feeling, that's coming through. So externally, we have the Eight of Wands. We have the Six of Pentacles. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Didn't I say before there's like a impulsiveness and then a slowness to this energy? That's what's going on. That's what's going on in this connection. I think the chemistry is very strong, okay, between the two of you. There probably is not enough balance with the Six of Pentacles, and then it's the emotions are really overwhelming us, okay? The situation, the distance, the responsibilities, the not feeling good enough, like are seeing the other person, putting the other person up on a pedestal. There's like a lot of conflicting energies because there's fire and then there's pulling back, and then there's like a lot of emotion that is kind of overwhelming us. So that's something that's going on, which may be preventing from this new beginning coming into being. And then, you know, there again, there is a very strong chemistry, I have to say, because of the hedonist also coming out. It is also talking about pleasures. So very strong pull, but the timing doesn't seem to be right. So let's see. I don't think there's like any personal issues as such, except for like, I think this person does not feel enough. Their self-worth needs a little bit more healing. They don't feel at the same level as you. But other than that, it's not like a big issue with the other person or we're completely off or something like that. There is very strong chemistry and there is room for expression of love as well. Let me see. So what's the possible outcome? Look at that. We have the Sun. So there will be light. There will be happiness. Things are going to become clear. There is a new communication breakthrough with the Page of Swords. Okay. Got Major Arcana Leo. So Leo and Pisces and Aquarius is what I was picking up. And then look at the last two cards that came out is Nine of Cups and Judgment. Okay, another 9 showing up for you. So in the outcome energy, what I'm seeing is like if both people can start an active conversation and talk about what brings us true happiness, and really this is all about truth. Judgment is all about truth. Can we break free from our own inhibitions and really come out and create a new life? Do you see the pose of this figure and the pose of this figure? I don't want to pick it up. It's just like move all the cards, but that's what needs to happen. It's like truly, what does it mean for each person to be in a connection? We do want to be at a place where we're both very independent. We get to keep our self-expression, but at the end of the day, what brings us joint or combined or shared happiness? That's what needs to happen here, and a conversation, because it's a page. So maybe you've not been in conversation for a while, so it's been stressing you out or stressing them out. That's what I'm seeing over here. So it starts with a conversation. Okay, pick up the phone, meet with them, do a video call. If you guys are at a distance, that's where it's all going to start. And it'll just bring you a lot of happiness just seeing each other and talking, and start talking if you're at a distance. That's what's coming through over here. So let's see, Spirit, are there anything else that we need to know? Look, mirror. Memories, memories, mirror. You are mirroring each other. So mirroring each other, self-image, relationships reflect our wounds, introspection. So definitely both people are mirroring each other in terms of hesitation, in terms of hopes, in terms of fears. Maybe this person here has a little bit more physical limitations to them. You have heart with a key, welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, perfect. Let's get one more. Anything else we need to know? Healing heart. There you go. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationships or addiction. So yes, and the doctor did show us and tell us that there is some healing of the past experiences, past energies that's happening in this connection. I really feel it's all about conversation. And it's funny because I left one card behind and I just looked at it, and this says the golden mirrors. You have the mirror and the golden mirror, okay? So this can talk about a little bit of a one-sided, where one person is not feeling worthy or is not looking at the connection, that the potential of the connection that's there, because they have more fears. And bottom deck we have palm tree, stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, flexibility. So this is coming, okay? This is coming, but yes, it does involve action from both people. So let's get you some advice from Romance Angels, and then we'll read the message behind the crystal card. For pile 1 spirit, what do they need to know? What do they need to hear? What's the advice for pile 1? Okay, we have flirt. Start again. Extend your lighthearted energy to others, to this person in this case. We have, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Let's get one more. Yeah, it is possible. It is very, very possible is what I'm getting, and worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your life, okay? So definitely it could be, really could be a twin flame. There's very few that I come across, but this really speaks to me of twin flame journey together, where we have work to do. We had work to do. We went our separate ways, or there was distance created, and we have you deserve love at the bottom. We had that distance created, but we know that we are mirroring each other, okay? And we are really open to give that space to the other person and talk about how we truly want to build our lives together. Okay, with that, let's close your reading with the message on this card. Tiger Eye says balance your whole being, okay? What it is, Tiger Eye is a gold brown quartz displaying a light reflecting optical phenomenon known as chatoyance. I cannot say that, chatoyance, or cat's eye, that opens just below the stone's surface. Who needs it? The currently overthinking and mood swinging Geminis, Virgos, okay? Then it says when to use it: when your thoughts are not your friends, when reading Jungian theories or attempting to decipher a Zen koan, when you're all roar and not enough purr, when only equanimity of mind, body, spirit, left brain, and right brain can get you square with the universe. Very, very interesting. I did not know that's what the Tiger Eye does. I do know that, you know, it's a little bit similar to harnessing or protecting from feeling depressed and harsher energies, but this really talks about maybe you've been too over analytical. Maybe that engineer energy is yours, like too planned and too much planning your life. Maybe that's yours. So maybe Tiger Eye would help with that. But overall, it helps you balance your whole being. Okay, so maybe you want to get yourself a Tiger Eye, if that makes sense, or just if you have a cat, spend more time with your cat. Okay, so that's what I have for you, pile 1. I hope this helped. If it did, do give it a big thumbs up, comment below if this resonates, and do subscribe to my channel and share it with a friend or two if you think this could help somebody. Okay, with that, wish you much love and light. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi pile 2, this is for those of you that chose the Lemurian quartz. It does have a message and explanation. I'll be sure to incorporate that towards the end of the reading. So let's see what's going on. Again, if you skip the intro, this is about what's happening in your connection. So you have to have another person in mind that we're gonna look into. We'll see at the state of the connection, how your energies are, their energies, expectations, and fears, and possibly get some advice from spirit. So I have a few oracles pre-pulled, and we'll do live tarot. If you're coming from pile 1, I have to tell you that I forgot to do tarot oracle together, so this is going to look different than the first pile if you're coming from there. Okay, so let's start with the state of the connection. I'm going to see where we're at. So we have why. Interesting. I'll let you look at the card. There's something that we're trying to uncover. Let's look at all the oracles first before I start channeling. We have divine timing, patience, perseverance, peace, trust that the divine knows when. Shout out to my peeps who don't like the phrase divine timing. I don't either. Yeah, we have deception, temptation. Okay, there's temptation here. We have thief. Okay. And then we have child, number 18 or number 9. Okay, interesting. This seems like it's a very early on in the connection, okay, because of some of the things that are coming up over here. The whole thing, I think with the first card over here being the why, right? It almost looks like we may be questioning, why is this person even interested in me? Or why am I drawn to this person? Something like that. So there is some underlying fear of hidden things, because this is what was speaking out to me a lot, is like this person trying to reach for the book because they want to understand what's beneath, what's underneath. So there's something that we don't feel secure about. Okay, this is 31, reduces to a 4. 4 is our 4th house, but it's also our not just like our family and foundation, it's also our security and stability. 4th house is the house of family, right? So it's a little bit about, and maybe some of you have children as well. So it's possible, like, can I actually trust this person to be the other parental figure for my child? Okay, so that may apply to a few of you. And with the thief and deception coming up over here, I feel both people are a little guarded against each other. Okay, so if this part is making sense, this is your reading. If not, I'd say select another pile. But this is about where there's a lot of inhibitions and hidden fears within each person. And we're trying to decipher, is this going to work? Is it not? And with the divine timing being over here, it's like things are going to reveal themselves in perfect timing, in time, in due time. You will get the information that you can process. That's what the whole point is of divine timing. But there is like a sort of like a childlike energy too. Like we do want to move towards each other, but we're not clear why, or we're not able to uncover everything that we need to know for our, let's say, for our security, for our sanity, right? So there's a little bit of like hidden fears that I'm picking up from both people over here. Okay, so with that, let's see how you're showing up in your energy. And I'm going to do this, as I said, in pile 1, I just did all oracles and then the tarot. I'm going to go one by one. So we'll do oracle and tarot right then and there. So this is going to represent your energy, how you're showing up. We have the Messiah in reverse. And the shadow attribute is exaggerated belief that you're the only means through which a cause can succeed. And then we have Sun in Aquarius in the 11th house, idealism. Okay, so you are a very independent personality, okay? You like your space. Your idea of even what a relationship looks like may be very different than what your friend circle or your family or your community kind of looks at. So like, you know, you're pretty open and sort of like still questioning what a right connection is. You're very selective about who you allow in your inner circle, okay, with the Aquarius coming up over here. So it is important for you to have your self-identity quite preserved. And also maybe there are some lessons here with the Messiah in reverse is all about like really being careful about not giving our energy away. Okay, so you're a little guarded, where there's a lot of light, there's a lot of independence that is very important to you in a relationship, but you want to make sure that you're not over giving. Okay, so let's see what tarot has to say, Spirit, for pile 1, the overarching energy. We have the 4 of Wands. So this is again my 1111 card. If you look at the 4 Wands in the background, they kind of form a portal. It really does look like a portal. And 4 of Wands is all about, you see how happy they are. Fourth house is coming up again. We had 4 over here and 4 over here. So you may be questioning the need for the relationship, because to you what's important at the end of the day is a happy home and family environment. Okay, your foundations have to be really secure. They have to be as per your wishes and not per what others quote unquote tell you how it should look like. Okay, there's a sense of you almost have like a very expansive energy where people may call you eclectic. Okay, but that, I don't mean that in a negative sense. It's like you're just so free. You're if you look at these people here, like the way they're dancing, very free, very open, and it may not always resonate with other people, right? So you want to preserve that. That's what I'm hearing over here. Okay, so let's see how their energy is, or how they're showing up in their energy. We have Samaritan, refines your capacity to help those who would prefer to ignore. Okay, and then we have Venus in Libra, 7th house, indecision. There is the indecision and the divine timing. Okay, so interestingly, I don't think this is a mirroring relationship. Okay, a lot of times energies come out where we're pretty much like each other. Here it's a very complementary energy, and that's why maybe we're feeling a little guarded and feeling we're not sure why we're drawn to this person, because this person over here, and by the way, I forgot to say in the beginning, feel free to reverse the roles. Okay, it can go vice versa, so that's up to you. Take it as it fits and only take the elements that do make sense, right? It is a general reading, so those are the disclaimers I have to keep saying. So back to this person. They are somebody who are an overgiver. And it's interesting, what we picked up over here is like, you want to make sure that you're not overgiving your energy. So you probably reached that phase, but this person is still learning that, and they sometimes do overgive. And, you know, they are aware of this, and that's why there is a little bit of an indecision. Okay. And it's interesting. It is Venus in the 7th house. 7th house is all about committed partnerships. It's about marriage. It's about true love. And Venus is the goddess of love. But with this term over here, indecision, it's really talking about they're very cautious about who they want to commit to. Okay, so caution here for very different reasons, because they really fall in love very easily and they give a lot of their energy. And caution here because independence is very important and our self-expression is very important before we get into a relationship. So let's get a tarot on your person. What represents them? The Emperor, another 4. Are you guys seeing 444? See 4 of Wands here, 4, the Emperor over here. Yeah, so they are very giving, very confident, very kind. By the way, the father is also the, the Emperor is also the representation of the father, okay? Because the Emperor is the father of all kings, or the king of all kings. So for those of you that were feeling that there's, you know, who are trying to gauge this person, whether or not they can be a good parent, the answer is yes for that over here. With the Emperor showing up, they do take pride in providing for their family and for their connections, okay? So they're showing up as very mature, very much set in their ways too. That's the shadow side of Emperors, that they can be set in their ways. And with the indecision, that they want to be very careful about who they commit to, okay? And why they commit to who they commit to, because at the end of the day, they can't help themselves. They help out people so much, okay? They're very aware that they fall for people or for helping other people. So that's kind of like front and center for them. So it's interesting, very complementary energies, not mirroring. Your expectation of them, you have the Bully. How Aquarian of that. And this is the light attribute, okay? It's the light side of, light aspect of this energy, which says, highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. So you almost kind of, you probably don't see their Emperor side. You almost see like, this Samaritan side, where they feel very nice, very kind to others. They're always giving and probably overgiving to others. You almost want them to stand up for themselves. That's what this is. That's what your expectation is like. You want them to be bolder. Maybe they're not bold in their expression, towards you, towards the relationship. So you kind of want them to really stand up for that and for their beliefs, and for, if this is a very, let's say by community standards, a very non-traditional relationship, you kind of want them to really own it, because you are very open-minded. They may be a little bit more on the traditional side of things. Okay, they may want marriage, you may not want marriage, or they may have more gender defined roles in their mind, and may feel like if let's say if this is the divine masculine, that they do want to be the one who's the provider for the home, and you're like, no, I don't care, either one can be. So those are just examples, but that's what's coming through in terms of expectation. And then for their expectations of you, it's detective, the light attributes, great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek out the truth. So this is very interesting, because they do see your open energies, and they actually that's what draws them to you. Okay, because it's like you're able to take in a lot of information. You may have a lot of planets in your 9th or 11th house. Mercury may be pretty prominent in your chart, or your natal chart may have like Mercury direct in whichever house it is in, because a lot of times we have it in retrograde. So they see this knowledge seeking, this openness that you have, this ability to decipher different cultures, different philosophies and things like that, and they really like that about you. Okay, they kind of also like expect you to be that. They almost admire that about you. So let's see. We have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, speaking up. You want them to speak up on something that they're not speaking up on. This could again be in connection to you. They're probably not expressing themselves, even if they have feelings for you. This is coming through. This is what your expectation is. You want them to speak up. And for you, we have the Seven of Wands. So they see you kind of a little more guarded, because the Seven of Wands is about creating our own bubble, right? So they see that you're, or this is how, this is interesting, because it's not an expectation, but this is how they see you, is what I'm picking up. They see you as, for you, your top priority is preserving your sanity, and you're very careful about who you let in your circle. They totally see that. But at the same time, it's like more admiration and a kind of a draw towards that energy of yours, okay? But they also kind of like expect you to, like, you know, make a space in that bubble to invite them in, to let them in, okay? So there's a little bit of like that. That's what's happening over here. They kind of want you to open up to them. At the same time, they do admire what you have and the sanity and your, I'm hearing sanctuary that you've created for yourself, okay? So let's look at fears. This is where it gets real. So what's in your fears? You have the Seeker, thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. And then we have your dreams need a practical plan. So this is interesting. This is a wanderer spirit. And maybe that's what I was picking up over here. So, I'm going to call it, there is a little bit of a fear on whether or not you want to be in this for the long term, okay? Because you have such an expansive energy. You like to learn new things. You like to travel. You like to learn new philosophies, new cultures. And, you know, your yearning to keep working on yourself and your knowledge is so top of mind and such a top priority for you. There may be a fear like, okay, would I be able to continue that journey even when I'm in the connection, or will I be expected to behave a certain way or be a certain way and change all those things, right? And again, this is like the practical plan is what is kind of picking our jumping out to me, because the fear is, okay, this sounds really good, but is this practical? I mean, how practical is it that, yeah, I'm going to be able to be myself even when I'm in a connection? Or sure, they may say they don't want me to change and they admire these qualities of mine, but you never know. What if we like really commit to each other and then things change? So it doesn't sound practical. There's some energy here that's kind of making you question whether this is has longevity or not. Let's get a few tarot on this. What? Woo, 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 woo. Okay, we got these three that I'm going to take over. I'm going to grab the cards that fell. It feels a little shocking. I don't know. Let's see. Hold on. Sorry you hear me creaking and my stool creaking as I pick up the cards. Okay, so practical plan. Something does not seem feasible to you, or it kind of sounds like too good to be true. That's what's showing up. And we're going to have to deal with the cards the way they came out. So would you be able to continue on your journey even when you were in a relationship, or you are in a committed relationship? If you come into it, you have the Nine of Wands. See, boundaries. Boundaries are really high. The world is showing up again with the Seeker. So I feel like you really have, you want a lot of freedom and expansion, and it may feel like, are you settling? Okay, always like this, and then another 4 showing up. So 444, powerful numbers. 444 is a number of your angels providing you a lot of protection. So when you see that, just know that you're divinely protected. Okay, but with these energies showing up here in your fears, it feels like, is this going to create a boundary for you instead of keeping the world and the world of your knowledge and your experiences open? Or are you settling? Okay, so something is going on in your subconscious. Only you would know that. And I was going to say, like, always listen to your intuition. Okay, if it doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel right. But that's what we're picking up. This is a big energy for where you may want to sit down and write down a little bit, like, why is this either bothering me, or why am I drawn to this person, or what's holding me back? Okay, so fears for them, we have child nature, friendships with animals, communication with nature and spirits, and then we have balanced spirituality and practicality. So yeah, what we picked up with this Samaritan and the indecision, their fears are the same in terms of, you know, their personality. They are, again, very careful, similar, but different types of fears. It's not about, well, whether they'll be able to pursue what they pursue at this time. Is it going to change? So that part is exactly the same, even though the cards are different, because it's about spirituality, practicality. This needs a practical plan. So something is not gelling in this relationship right now, and it's creating more fears and feeling like we don't know everything about the other person enough to let them into our bubble. So probably it's either early on, or you guys are very, very different from each other, is what I'm picking up. So let's see what we have. 3 of Swords, so some past experiences affecting this. Let's get a couple more in their fears. And then we got King of Swords and 3 of Cups. So they got 2 3s. Okay. They may, interesting energies. They may actually be in their bubble of their own as well. Looks like they have actually, because the King of Swords like cuts out people, can be a little bit of a cold energy. Looks like they've cut out friends and connections in their, and by friends and connections I mean their old circle. Okay, they definitely would have gone through a heartbreak or a disappointment in relationships or past relationship, because of which they're very cold and calculating. That's what's happening over here. So their past experiences is what's holding them back, and your desire for independence is what's holding you back. But this is very clear, because this 3 of Cups right next to the King of Swords is telling me they are probably doing more like community work or helping others or mentorship type of things. So more professional or less emotional type of connections, but their friend circle may have completely changed as well. Okay, so their self-expression, their friend circles has changed, and the reason is, again, there's an underlying disappointment or heartbreak that's fueling their own bubble and cutting them off and keeping them very guarded on whether or not they want to trust this connection. Okay, so let's see if there are any external factors. We have the Mystic, light attribute, revels in intimate union with the divine. So one or both people are working on their healing journey. Okay, when the Mystic is coming in factors affecting. So this is what's going on, is like each person, or maybe them, or maybe you, there is a desire to continue working on our spirituality. So again, dreams need a practical plan. There needs to be a balance between practicality and spirituality. So it's almost like we're doing shadow work and that's not done yet. It doesn't feel complete. Of course, shadow work, shadows are where our fears sit, right? So there's quite a few underlying fears that is holding them. Could be probably more for them than for you, but then you may also be on a spiritual journey where you really want to expand, you really want to travel the world, you want to learn new philosophies, new, let's say, new spiritual practices. It may be the same for them, but each person is kind of working on their own journey. Okay, let's get some tarot before I do the outcome. So what are the external factors, Spirit, with this mystic showing up? It's like, yeah, there's like, we're learning our faith, or learning to build our faith again, is what I'm hearing. We have the 10 of Wands. So again, there's a journey, ending of cycles. We have the King of Pentacles, building our security. And then we have the 9 of Cups. Yeah, our own wish fulfillment, all individual cards, you see. So again, it's each person wants to establish themselves first before we connect with another person. Okay, that's a very clear finishing our own spiritual journey. We want to leave the past behind. We want to build our own empire, come out and really like, and in this 9 of Cups, again, we also have abundance, right? So it's not just like wishes coming through, but 3D materialistic goals are important, along with carving our own path out. Maybe some of you are also like trying to establish your business first, or that's important. That's a personal goal that's showing up over here along with our spiritual work. So in the possible outcome, we have another king. So we have 2 kings and an emperor, and then we have the king in reverse as an outcome, which is excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. Okay, so I'll talk about what this is giving me. Again, each person is trying to control their life, okay? Because the king is, again, the ruler. Coming in reverse is like there's too much rulership, where we're really trying to over control the elements of our life and trying to make sure we don't get hurt, or our family, our children, or our heart doesn't get hurt again because of a relationship. And some of you may be thinking like, why even date? Like, what's the point of it? What's the point of a marriage? What's the point? So there's some questions like that from both people because we've been hurt. So we're trying to stay guarded because we want to control every element of our life. And that's okay, because that's part of the healing journey. But there's also, when you feel complete, and you will open up. So never force yourself into, because the divine timing is here. Never force yourself into a connection just because you're expected to, or you're programmed to, or you're conditioned to. But I feel at this point, the main goal for each person here is to be super independent, to create a life the way we want it, and not have a relationship affect that, because there's this past experiences here. We do have the Hierophant. The Hierophant always leads their own path, okay? And the outcome, by the way, the Hierophant is also major arcana for marriage. Just putting it out there. You have the minor arcana, 4 of Wands, which is the marriage card, and the Hierophant, which is the major arcana of marriage. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Look at that. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Divine counterpart. Let's get one more. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles. Happy family. Okay. I'll call it as I see it and take it if it fits. In the outcome, there is possible, if both people do their work, if they talk, if they can work together, commit to each other and build together. There's clearly a divine counterpart over here. There is a happy family showing up here, and there's marriage showing up here. It is possible that one person wants marriage and the other is hesitant, okay? Or one person really wants it and the other does not, whatever that is. But there is a divine partnership available here. Does this connection look like it's ready? No, it's not. because we have to work a little bit more on our own spirituality, on our own spiritual path, and our life goals, okay? But if we start trusting, if we open up, if we both drop our guards and slowly start opening up to each other, there's a very strong possibility over here, okay? So let's see what else for pile 2. What's happening in this connection, Spirit? Pile 2. We have the Phoenix, new phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, changed mind. So definitely going through a spiritual journey when the Phoenix shows up. Maybe you have Scorpio or they have Scorpio in their chart. They have kisses, unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. So opening up to love, okay? But I feel like the Phoenix energy is where the shadow work is happening and we're healing our inner fears. Heart with a key, welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, and perfect. And then bottom deck energy, we do have engagement ring. I mean, look, and there's passion as well. So there's a strong possibility for partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, union. But it's a path that's opening up. I don't see this like happening overnight. Both people need to be willing to open up, but all the elements are there, and there's like a complementarity to this connection. Okay, so let's get you some advice from Romance Angels, and then we're going to read the Lemurian Quartz details. The Spirit, what does pile 2 need to hear? Stay optimistic about your love life. Release your ex. I'm going to get one more and then I'll read these for you. And then we have worth waiting for. Okay, so first one out, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Okay, the second one we had, release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. And this is what I was picking up with them. With the Three of Swords, right? So there's definitely past energies here that is kind of affecting them and holding them back. And then we have worth waiting for, divine timing. Again, divine timing is at work in your love life. So there is, again, healing that needs to happen. You can only plan so much. You have to learn to go with the flow and stay optimistic. But at the same time, don't hold yourself back because of your past experiences. That's coming through loud and clear for this group, okay? And again, can apply to both or to one or the other. So let's see, pile 2, what is Lemurian Quartz about? It says, escape your mind. And you can pause and read if you can read on my camera. This says what it is. Lemurian quartz is identifiable by its blushing hue and the ladder-like horizontal grooves that climb up its face. Oh, do you see those like horizontal lines like climbing up? Interesting. I never noticed that, but I just know it's for Ascension Awakening. But let's see. Its name is a shout out to Lemuria, a fabled lost continent, whose highly evolved inhabitants, some far out folks insist, now live under Mount Shasta in California. Oh my God, I'm getting so much from this. That's why you're different, or you may be a starseed, a Lemurian starseed in particular. So maybe that's why you have a very different perspective than others. I mean by others around you. Who needs it? Anyone in need of a vacation from their thoughts. Where to put it, when to use it. Whenever someone or something you love needs a zap of healing energy, awaken your inner wizard or witch and cast a spell with Lemurian quartz. So yeah, your spirituality may be like really picking up at this time as well. So yeah, be open to that. If you're interested, learn about Lemuria, or in some of my readings I do use the Lemurian oracle cards. I believe I used in the 7/7 portal readings last. I don't remember the others, but yeah, you may want to read up on that. But yeah, that's what I have for you, pile 2. I hope this helped. If it did, give it a big thumbs up. Comment below in what resonates, and wish you much love and light, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Hi, pile 3. This is for those of you that chose the third crystal, which is Tektite. It does have message and description that we're going to read towards the end of the reading, okay? That may be a message for you, why you were drawn to that crystal. All right, so this reading, if you missed the intro, is about what's happening in this connection. Think of another person. We're going to look at the energies of the connection, how you're showing up, how they're showing up, and then possible outcome and advice from spirit. Do remember to take only what resonates, and then feel free to reverse the energies because I'm going to read the left side as your energy. Okay, so we have oracles pre-pulled, and we're going to do live tarot on each of the portion as we go along. If you're coming for pile 1, I forgot to do it that way, so I did it a little differently, but the reading is, the cards and the components are still the same, okay? All right, so with that, let's see. We're going to use these cards to see what's the energy of the overall connection. Oh, this is beautiful. Pile 3, we have peace. Number 23 reduces to a 5. See, we have loss of self and identity. Discover your true self again. So we're coming out of a spiritual journey, very peaceful. Okay, and we have truth, expression. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We have expectation, number 28, which reduces to a 10 or a 1. And then we have foe. Okay, so this is like a connection where I feel like we have gone through an awakening in life. Okay, we've gone through some difficult experiences where we've learned the truth about who or what resonates with us and doesn't. Okay, so we may have felt that our past connections were pretty faulty, were pretty, what's the word for it? Manipulative in the past, but we've kind of learned all those lessons and we are finally coming to a point where we are at peace. Okay, so this connection overall, even if it's about this specific connection, it's possible this is a resurrection of a connection that was in the past. Okay, so there may be some reunion here, people who may have been together and then parted ways and they now are back together again, but there is a lot of sense of balance in this connection. If that doesn't apply, really, it's about like we're at a place where we're able to express ourselves. There's this truth, true expression in this relationship, and we expect that of each other. And we expect each other to be mature and wise enough to be able to express ourselves the way we are and not let our past experiences, whether with this person or with others, influence. Okay, so it seems like a very mature, emotional, mental connection over here. Okay, so let's see what's going on. We're going to first look at your energy. So this is the left side, which is going to represent you, and the right side is going to represent them. That's how I can orient the energies, but again, feel free to reverse them. So how you're showing up, we have the beggar in reverse, which is dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. Okay, so let's see, and we'll get tarot on these as well. And then we have Sun in Leo, 5th house, fortune, so another 5 showing up for you. So changes, there are changes coming to you, or you're open to changes. Now with the beggar in reverse, I almost feel like you've broken through to a point of being super independent. Okay, very confident energy, very focused, very laser focused, in fact, on our abundance, on our career, on establishing ourselves and our independence in life. Again, the expression, very focused on our true expression of who we are after we've gone through this awakening journey, right? This difficult period of our life, or whatever that was. It could be a job loss, it could be a loss of a relationship, or something other, any axes in your life coming out of it. You've learned to be very, very independent, and that's how you're showing up in this relationship, is very maybe a bit over independent. Okay, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what comes through. So let's look at tarot. Spirit, how is pile can't make this up. How is pile 3 showing up in their energy? We have death and rebirth. So you may have some Scorpio energies, or you may have Scorpio ascendant or Leo. But this is again talking about going through that phoenixing moment. So you've come out and you're at a place where you feel brand new. And what's important to you is self-expression. It's interesting, today's reading, quite a bit of that energy is coming through about being bold and independent, because we've, you know, the pendulum swung the other way where we've given too much. So very, very strong energy, very powerful. Let's see how they're showing up. We have the visionary upright. So light attributes are capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. Okay. And then we have Sun in 9th house, enthusiasm in Sagittarius. So, wow, this is amazing. So they may also be like a different culture from you, by the way, just saying that came through. But they are, again, going back at this energy of expression, expressing their truth, thinking the big picture. They may have a very different viewpoint from the rest of the world. They are open to different cultures, different philosophies. They enjoy learning about, you know, differences among us. And they may be also working on some long-term goals, because the 9th house is about our long-term goals. They may be working on launching a business, creating a startup on something, or they may be actually pursuing a course as well. Okay. So again, very much the energy of self-growth, self-empowerment, and having a big picture view on what they want to achieve. And same here, independence, building our stability and building our foundations, and coming out of the past experiences and reinventing ourselves. Yeah, very, very similar energies. So let's see what Tarot has to say. How is your person showing up in their energy? We have the 9 of Swords. I'm going to get one more. Whoa, but they have 2 9s, because the Sun Oracle was also a 9. Yeah, so they may be worried about creating their abundance. You see, you have the King of Pentacles. So this is all about vision. They have a vision. They're trying to put it into motion, or bring it to practical life, into, you know, manifest it in the physical. And they may be a little, stressing out. So analysis or paralysis, they may have sleepless nights because they're trying to bring a vision into creation. It's also possible that they literally are having sleepless nights because they're working around the clock, because the Sun and Sagittarius with enthusiasm, and like they're just so focused on their goal that they don't have time for anything else. And that may be becoming apparent in the connection, that they're just working day and night on achieving their goals, right? But again, there is no malintent either way. It's all about each person is very driven to building their life. Okay, so let's see what your expectations are of them. We have the Saboteur in shadow, and their expectation of you. We have the Child Orphan, and upright it says independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of surviving. Very interesting. It's funny because I usually use these cards for expectations, but they've been coming out as pretty much what each person admires about the other. So what your expectation or admiration of them is that they're able to catch themselves when they're giving others too much. Okay, the Saboteur in shadow talks about induces self-destruction behavior or desire to undermine others. So I feel like you see that they're at the brink of either overgiving and then this overcorrect themselves. As I said, the pendulum swings in opposite directions. So this is something they may be mastering, and you expect them to get better at this. And from their expectations, like they want you to continue on this path of independence, which is so beautiful, because it's both people have a kind of like empowering the other. It's almost like we want the other person to heal, but we want them to choose to heal. Okay, that's what's coming through here very, very clearly. So let's see, let's see what Tarot says. What are your expectations of them? Pile 3, Spirit. We have the Moon. We're going to get one more. Or, okay, looks like 2 more. We have the 2 of Pentacles, and then we have the Strength card. Yeah, so major arcana. So really interesting. You expect them to actually balance themselves out. If they're somebody who's just like really working on their goals and don't have a work-life balance, you actually expect them to get better at this. Again, the Moon, the Knight card is showing up, so they probably don't get enough sleep, and it's something that may bother you about them. It's like, all right, you gotta really have a proper balance because it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So you kind of expect them to get a better balance, and pretty much with the strength card actually get really good at it. This should become like second nature for them, especially if they're an entrepreneur. That's what I'm picking up, that you want them to have a very balanced life and learn the skill of when to pull back and when to give in, and also to listen to their intuition. Pretty much I'm hearing listen to what their body is telling them. That's coming through for some reason with the moon card. But again, hone in. They have this inner knowing. They know they can't be like burning the candle at both ends, but they do overcommit themselves. So that's something that's coming through, very unique to this pile. But comment below if that makes sense, because that's what I'm picking up. They probably don't have a proper balance. Even you are trying to create your career or your foundations. They may be hyper focused on it, which may be affecting not only their well-being, but also the well-being of the connection, right? So let's see what's in their expectation. We have the King of Cups, so that they expect of you. And then we have the Star and the Five of Cups showing up for you. So this is what they expect of you. Oh, this is so sweet. This is so sweet. They expect you not to be sad about this. They expect you to stay hopeful and to really give them time to balance out their emotions. Okay, King of Cups is somebody who is not affected is not overwhelmed easily. They're very in tune with their emotions. They're very loving, very kind, very generous. So it's almost like, it's almost like so sweet. They're asking you to like, yes, I know I'm like overdoing it. Just stick with me. Just hear me out. Stay with me. And kind of like not feel that this is going to affect the relationship in any way. Very beautiful energy, very sweet. Okay, and in terms of signs, we have Scorpio, we have Pisces, Leo, and Aquarius that's showing up so far, and of course some earth energy as well. So let's look at fears. What are your fears in the connection? We have the Hero in opposite, right, in the shadow, and talks about escapism and a false sense of heroism. Okay, let's get our moon card. We have Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back, South Node. All right, so in the fears, there is something about, and only you'll know it if this relates to, it's like your fears are, is this person obsessed about creating their life? And are you going to fall into familiar territory where you did create that space for the other person and then you kind of got buried in that and like lost your self-expression? Okay, some of that is coming forward over here because it's like maybe they're very ambitious and it is bothering you or rubbing you the wrong way, even though you're pretty strong as well in terms of what you want to create for yourself. But there is a little bit of like, is this going to get snuffed out? Okay, is the passion going to die out? And I usually don't take reversals, but if the cards come out specifically, we do have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, so in your fears, there is a little bit of a feeling like, okay, are we getting into familiar territory? Is this exactly going to be how it was in the past? Is there going to be balance in this relationship? And then again, the Seven of Swords. So you are a bit cautious about it. You're a bit cautious about let's say the drive this person has towards their career, and is that a drive or is that an obsession? That's something that is kind of showing up in your fears. Let's see what's in their fears. Where am I? Here. In their fears, we have the Artist in reverse. So using talent as an excuse to mistreat others, posing as starving artists to elicit pity. Anyway, this really means about, this is actually very mirroring for both people. Let me just get this. Look at the bigger picture. There you go. They have a much bigger plan or a much bigger vision for what they want to create in their life. And I think in the fears, what's happening is how you may be seeing that they're over ambitious. They may be seeing that you're way too independent and that you may have your point of view, because the Artist is a very creative archetype, right? And when we have it in the shadow, it's like, okay, we are way too, what's the word for it? Again, the word today is coming through eclectic. So their fears are like, would you stay in your expectations, or would you be open to looking at things differently, not just in how you express yourself, but also how they express themselves? So it's like a very mirroring energy, but they do have a fear of whether or not you will be able to, because they're the visionary, remember? And for the visionary, a lot of times other people don't see their vision. Those are the only people who are like, completely against the norm. They come up with the idea that does not make sense to anybody else, and that's why they are the visionary, right? So the visionaries also carry this fear whether or not their vision is going to make sense to other people, and in this case, in sense to their partner. That's coming through over here. So let's see what tarot says. What's in their fears? Ace of Cups. Let's get a couple more. Four of Cups. Yeah, emotions and emotions. This is heavy on emotions. One more. And Seven of Cups. Okay, interesting. So they did come up as the King of Cups over here, right? But in their fears, it's like, would you be opening your heart to them? Okay, or are you going to be tired of waiting around while they work on their vision? Because the Seven of Cups is also about creating opportunities and following our dreams. So they're afraid you may not stick around. They're afraid that you may be like, not see or give them space to follow their dreams. And you may see that as an addiction or as in an obsession, but they truly do have love in their heart for you. But it's probably not, you guys are not on the same page in that aspect. But what's there is like there's a true expression, right? There's truth, there is peace. It's very harmonious, but these are these little things that are kind of sitting in our fear part of our psyche. So let's see any external factors. We have the Vampire in upright, where the light attribute is makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. So going back to is this an obsession? Are we too driven towards our career? Are we too driven on having our self-expression really front and center before we come into a companionship or a committed relationship? But this is, again, there may be, as I said, some differences in backgrounds or cultures that is kind of coming up to light and saying, hey, is one person relying on the other for, like, is it fair to keep this person waiting, or is it fair for this person to not wait for them? Okay, that's sort of like energy may be present and maybe coming from your friends or family or their friends and their family. It's like, all right, pick one. Is it the relationship or the career? But both people want to pick both. Okay, that's what I'm picking up over here. Let's do this, and then we'll do tarot on both. And the likely outcome is Gossip in reverse, which is thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. So this is what I was picking up. Probably people around you are questioning the connection, or questioning which one, as I said, are you going to prioritize? And that is, ooh, my deck is upside down. That is what may be holding you back, right? The Hierophant. It is a little different, or people want it to be very traditional. It may not be traditional at this point. And then we have the King of Wands. Again, ambition coming through as external factors. What else? There's some differences. You have 2 5s here. 5 of Pentacles, and the Hierophant is a 5. So, yeah, there is still a little bit of a solo journey that's showing up, just in terms of where we are and what we want to create. It's kind of holding you back. But it's like, because the peace is right front and center, it's almost like there's some remnants of the past that are showing up in the connection, but each person wants to follow their spirituality and work on their journey, and then also create their passion, bring that to life. So it's a combination of those that is affecting. And let's see the outcome, what tarot has to say. There it is, the boundary. You're still very guarded. What else? So it's like also like creating a shelter for us from all the chitter chatter from people around us, all the questions that we get from people's opinions. It's like, how do we create a safe haven where we can truthfully help each other. There's the truth. Queen of Swords. How do we cut these people out? And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, so I feel it is still guarded. Okay, again, similar to another pile, this is not happening like right here in the very near future, because we do have, although there is potential, okay, they have 10 of Cups at the bottom, happy family, fulfillment, but it is like clearly setting our boundaries and what is important to me and what does it mean to be in a relationship. Each person does want to preserve their self-identity. What I'll tell you right off the bat, which is very strong about this connection, there is this truth. There is this expression, and there's an expectation that we'll always express ourselves truthfully, okay? That creates a sense of peace and a sense of authenticity to it. And we're also not afraid to express how things have been in the past, what things we've gone through, and what has helped us, or has helped us get here, and what has made us who we are, okay? But it's from both people, what I'm picking up is the desire to be authentic in who we are is more important than anything else, because that's a key foundation of any relationship, okay? But that's coming through. But so I feel like it's not going to happen right away. It's just a learning journey of where we're creating our own boundaries and expressing, and then slowly opening up those boundaries to the other person. So we have cassette, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. So this is what we're picking up on the questions from our people. We have twin flames. So this may be a connection where you may go your separate ways now and then come back later together. Very possible. We have yin yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, complement each other. That came out from the beginning. The complementarity and not the mirroring has been a theme that I've been kind of feeling with this group from the beginning. Let's get one more. Yeah, so just watch for the conditioning from other people that we get. We do have passion showing up, insane chemistry, you like each other equally, we're having fun. There is the other two that came through with it were not today. So again, we're dealing with hurt. We're still trying to avoid a further conversation at this moment, but there is love underneath it all. Unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. Okay, so it is there, but self goals are taking precedence over everything else. Okay, so let's get you messages from Romance Angels. That's the advice for pile 3. And then we'll close out the reading by reading the description of tektite, why we're drawn to it. So for pile 3, Spirit, what's the advice? Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Wow, I'm floored. That's exactly what I think. And it's not just for you, for both people, right? Trust is very important. There is truth. There's expectation of truth. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So true. And then we have express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So there you have it. Clear as day. That's what needs to happen for this to move forward. Again, trusting there is no malintent, trusting there is no trickery going on over here, having clear conversations on what our goals mean to us and what a relationship means to us, and then definitely expressing your love, because that's coming through over here. Like clearly love and passion does exist in this connection, right? So pile 3, let's see what tektite is and why you were drawn to it. Raise your vibration. What it is, tektite describes any natural glass formed as a result of meteor impacts with our blue planet. Modern science deems the stones terrestrial in composition, i.e. of this Earth. But believers in ancient astronauts have other theories. And again, the two popular stones these days are tektite, and the other one is moldavite. Again, both about extraterrestrial, coming from meteors, coming from other planets and hitting Earth. Can also be, you may also identify as light worker or starseed. So tektite is I think the less expensive of the two between moldavite and tektite. So take it if that makes sense, or you can read up on it. Who needs it? I hail from a star in Orion's belt, people. Those currently overburdened by resentments. Interesting. That's the star seed thing I was picking up. When to use it, when gravity feels extra heavy and it's time to initiate launch sequence and blast off. When you are bored with Earth life and want to expand your intergalactic horizons. Yeah, so definitely there's an awakening and a rising attraction to the mysteries, to expansion. I'm hearing expansion. That's what's available to you. Should you choose? Should you want to invest in it and like learn more about it? But that's why you were drawn to Tektite. So look it up if you're drawn to it, and let me know how it goes. If you like the reading, do give it a big thumbs up and do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Drop me a comment if this makes sense. I wish you much love and light. Thank you for your support. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, Pile 4. This is for those of you that were drawn to the Labradorite. Okay, this is going to be a reading. We will read the message and incorporate it towards the very end. All right, Pile 4. If you missed the intro, this reading is about what is happening in your connection. So think of the person. What we're going to do is we're going to look at the energy of the connection, how you're showing up, your expectations and fears, and how they're showing up in their expectations and fears, and then get some advice from Spirit as well. Okay, so a couple things. Please take what fits and disregard the rest. If it's meant for somebody else, let it go. Only accept what is in your energy and what resonates. And the other side is I'm going to use the left side to represent you and the right for your person. Sometimes the energies can be reversed, so take it as it fits and feel free to reverse the energies. Okay, so let's see what's the overall energy of this connection. We have exchanging gifts, number 27, which reduces to a 9, which is all about happiness and wish fulfillment. This is very gentle, very beautiful energy. I love it. Let's see what else we have. We have romance. Oh my gosh, it's almost like you chose like a pink crystal coming right there. There's your rose quartz. There it is. Romance, revel, flow, savor, entice. Open yourself to romance. I love it. I love it. What? Twin flames. Oh my goodness. This is hot. Courtship. Okay. Pile 4. You're 4. You have the number 4. Courtship. And then we have sighs. Oh my goodness. So you really miss each other when you're not with each other, or if you're in separation right now, you truly are missing each other, because we have the sigh, like yearning for the other person, and we have twin flames. Twin flames are really rare in my opinion, but this is what is showing up in this connection. There's courtship, there is we want to be with each other, we miss each other, there's a lot of exchanging of emotions and elements, and both people are very, very much in love. This connection is in love. So if you have any doubts, we'll look at the fears, but there truly is beauty and romance in this connection. Okay, very beautiful. Last but the most powerful pile, I would say. All right, so if you're coming from pile 1, by the way, I'm doing this that's how I've been doing for pile 2, 3, and 4. And the first pile I did the tarot after, but I usually do one position and tarot right on it. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Just the layout may flow a little differently if you're coming from pile 1. All right, so this is going to represent your current energies, how you're showing up. We have Don Juan, where the light, look at that, courtship and romance. Spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. All right. And then we have Moon in Virgo in the 6th house, order. Okay, so how you're showing up again, you're literally head over heels, okay? You, of course, are showing up as very confident, very sexy, very beautiful, very seductive in this, and you're like, this person has swept you off your feet, okay? But with this Moon in Virgo showing up, like, you're trying to make order out of this head over heels feeling. You're trying to like control certain elements, but it's feeling like things are a little out of your control. So it may be such a strong pull that you may feel you have no say in holding yourself back. Okay, so very drawn in, but also very expressive, because the seduction energy only comes forward when we're confident, we're also feeling really good about ourselves, okay? But you're trying to put some order to the chaos. There's maybe a lot of attraction that's happening over here. Let's see what Tarot has to say. Pile 4. How's Pile 4 showing up in their energy? Yeah, so the things that flipped over and then went back were 5 of Swords and 2 of Swords. So again, something that is happening in the back of your mind is like, why is this happening? What's going on? What's happening to me? So there's a little bit of like, I would say, mental chatter that's kind of helping you that you're trying to decipher what's going on over here. We do have the 4 of Swords, okay? So trying to keep things sane, because it's also about like self-care, but like staying in our nest, healing our heart. So there's something, just watch out for this, because it looks like there's some past energy, and also like protecting your heart. I'm hearing you're really trying to protect your heart, and you may be a little uncomfortable about how fast things are moving, okay? Yes, just as I say, you're worried about how fast. So there is a very strong attraction to this person that you're thinking about, and because of that, you want to slow down. The Hangman energy is about slowing down and not wanting to move so fast, and 4 of Swords is again with the intention of protecting our heart, okay? So that's why you're trying to build some order for your safety, because you want to control a few elements, but again, there's a very, very strong attraction and connection that we're picking up over here. How are they showing up? I'm like so curious now. Gambler, willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. This person is really attractive. They're very confident. And then we have Saturn in Libra, the 7th house, devotion. Oh wow, this is remarkable, because Saturn is you know, an energy of foundations, of restrictions, but with devotion in the 7th house. 7th house is a house of commitment. It's the house of marriage, okay? So they're showing up like they are also so drawn to you. They're ready to commit. They're really ready to commit. And because of that, like, you know, their connections, their family, friends may even think like they're really, like, look at how this person is walking blindfold on, right? So it's like almost like it may feel very impulsive to people around them, but they are head over heels. Oh my goodness, like completely. This pile, let me know when who proposes who. This is coming out so strong. For them, we have the Page of Pentacles and Death and Rebirth. So you see, again, they are ready to start a new journey with you. They have completely come in a place where they're very self-expressive, very confident, and there is, again, a devotion of they wanting to plant the seed that's going to grow over time, but they definitely have a lot of experience in life that they've gone through, okay? They do know they've had some experiences, because the Death card is about a phoenixing moment, okay? So they've gone through difficult experiences. They know what they want in life. They know who they are, and they are ready to commit. That's what is showing up. And by commit, I mean like a long-term commitment. It can be marriage as well, if that's what's on your mind. So very beautiful energy. So let's see what's in your expectation. Femme Fatale. Look at those cards. Don Juan, Femme Fatale. Highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. I want to pull their expectation as well. Prostitute accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your gut. All right, so they like your hustle, okay? And again, don't be triggered by the words. We all have these archetypes in us. What's coming forward is, again, you want them to be bolder, okay? With the Femme Fatale, you expect them to actually, you're very in a very confident and creative state, actually, and you enjoy how that draws them in, and you want that to continue to be a strong chemistry between the two of you, and they really like your go get it attitude, okay? They like how attractive you are, and that you know how attractive you are. They love your confidence 100%. But I'm also getting a hustle energy from this. Is like they really like how when you want something, you go for it, okay? That's coming up over here. regardless of whether or not you have support of others. Okay, it's a very independent energy, and they really like that about you. So let's get some tarot on these. Your expectations of them. Six of Swords. And the Sun card. All right, another major arcana. And for them, oops, we have another 4 for you. You have 4, 4, 4 at the table. That is your angels watching over you, protecting you. And the 4 is also the 4th house, which is the home and family, okay? So we have the 4 of Pentacles. Let's get one more. And then, oh, we got 2 more. Oh my God, the Empress and the 2 of Swords. So I'm going to start here, because as we talked about devotion and we talked about the gambler, impulsive, they literally want to build a life with you. They don't want you to hold back. They literally want to have kids with you or expand your family, and they really expect you to see the potential in this connection, okay, and not hold yourself back. Interesting, very, very, very interesting and very strong. They're just like, it's not just a physical attraction. They actually want to build a family with you. And for you, in your expectations, again, it's almost like if there are any past experiences that they're picking up, you want to go and sail smooth with them. You expect them to like overcome any hesitations that they have and come out and shine and claim you and claim this relationship, okay? So this is also the happiest card in the deck. So again, you see a lot of growth and potential and happiness in this connection, and you want them to see that too. I honestly don't think either person needs to convince the other person. You're both in it. You're both in it. That's a very, very strong connection. So now I'm curious, what are our fears then? What are your fears? You have the Hermit. There you go. You want them to come out and shine. Actually, you don't want them to hold back. You have the Hermit upright. Light attributes seek solitude to focus intently on inner life. Serves personal creativity. And then we have you and your loved ones are safe. New Moon in Cancer. Cancer is the 4th house, showing up again. Let's get their fears, and then we'll get tarot. We have Athlete. Dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps. Development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. Okay, I see what's going on. And then we have your hard work is paying off. New Moon in Capricorn. Okay, so your fears are, again, there's a little bit of like the order coming through again. By the way, Virgo is the house that came up here, and Virgo is showing up here again, and we have Cancer. So in your fears, what's showing up is like, should I crawl back into my safe nest? Okay, is this really going to be a fruitful, healthy relationship? It's moving too fast. I don't know if this is going to last. I should probably just stay in my hermit mode. And for them, it's like, you know, again, they are the visionary, they are the athlete, they are the somebody who is going after very impulsively, or goes after impulsively what they like. Career is important to them, but they're pretty much thinking like, oh my gosh, like, you know, do they really have to convince you, or is this moving too fast for you? And you know, is the connection strong enough to last? So they're a little afraid about that, because it's like, how do we transcend the standard expectations of, you know, there's a pace of like, okay, we date, because courtship is here as well. We date, and then at a certain point we're committal, or we're exclusive, and then at a certain point we move in. They just want to cut all of that. They just want to go really quickly, and they're afraid, is that going to feel too unstable to you? Okay, all right. Bottom deck energy, as I look at the card, we have the Lovers. You guys, whew, I'm loving this energy. Okay, so your fears, we have the 8 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So is this sustainable long term? Is this going to pay off? Is this going to build a good foundation for us? And for them, we have, that was the Page of Swords and the 4 of Cups. Okay. Page of Swords. Let's get one more. And the Six of Wands. So, okay, the attraction is really, really strong here. And I think in the fears is like, is that going to come across the wrong way to you? Because the Swords, Page of Swords is all about communication. It's about our mercurial, about our thoughts. And with the Four of Cups, they actually don't want to wait, okay? But there is a sense or fear in them that if they move too fast, and if you may feel like they're trying to put you on a pedestal, and you may not feel it's going to have like sustaining power or chemistry or strength of the relationship. So they don't want to wait, but they have a fear that they probably have to wait a little bit longer in order to get you on the same page. Very interesting. Both people want it, and both people are cautious for different reasons. So let's see, are there any external influences, and then what's the outcome? So external influences, Goddess. Look at the divine feminine energy here. The feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. So that's the Empress energy coming out again. And the outcome is Exorcist, freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. Okay, so here's the thing. There's definitely a lot of creation with the Goddess coming out, okay? It is a sense of either both of you, like both people are ready to create the next phase of their life. This could also be actually, some of you maybe also be business partners, okay, coming together in business as well. So there is an energy of creation. There is an energy of attraction, okay, and it's very conducive. Overall, no matter what people say, the connection is magnetic, okay, and the outcome is that you're going to be able to free yourself from any of these questions or comments, or again, people who are trying to really slow you guys down. You'll be able to overcome that. So again, in the external, we have Queen of Pentacles. Now let's get one more. We got two. We got the Three of Swords and the Ace of Wands. So yeah, it's almost about, are we able to create from a place of healing? Have we healed enough? We'll be able to preserve our self-image, because this is the Queen of Pentacles is all about trusting her beauty, trusting her divine power, trusting that she can provide for herself and for others. And really, again, goddess energy over here. And then the Ace of Wands, okay, new passion. So you guys are probably not too far in distance from each other, probably the same city or same state or same, I don't know, county or whatever. So the distance, it's kind of almost the universe has brought you together because there is this strong new flame, okay, that has lit up within you. And it's very, very conducive. Like there's no hindrance from the environment is what I want to say. In the outcome, the possible outcome with you like breaking through barriers and shattering all the questions from others, there's definitely an exchange. We have, oh, beautiful. I want to stop right here with the Ace of Cups in the outcome. Okay, so this is divine love. This is twin flame. This is romance. This is going to move to the next level should you choose. Okay, let's see what else. Yeah, this is pure love. This is pure love. What else does pile 4 need to hear, Spirit? We have abundance. Keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want. Gratitude, bliss. We have love call. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. So yeah, I don't think you're too far from each other. We have lightning. There's that Uranus, and just dropped again. That Uranus lightning bolt energy, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, transformation, upheaval. So things moving very fast. That's definitely happening in this connection. And then we have the dragonfly at the bottom, which is be lighthearted, finding out things, coming to light, adapt, change, heal. So dragonfly to me is similar to, where's the death card over here? So this is the transformation. This is coming into our true expression, and a lot of healing and beauty that's coming through in this relationship. Wow, this is beautiful. We could have just stopped at the very first oracle row, which is amazing. All right, so let's get you some advice, some closing messages from Romance Angels for pile 4. Okay, this one wants to come. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, You experience more love in your present moments. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So keep an open mind, and this could be not just in looks, but the way they move, the way how they approach things. And there's attraction, of course. Duh, we knew that. Attraction, you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. That's coming through very strongly. So stay confident. Keep believing in your self-worth. Keep believing in how beautiful you are. Oh, wow. In the bottom deck energy, we have chemistry. There is a strong magnetic attraction here, okay? So those are what the romance angels have to say for you, pile 4. This is remarkable, absolutely remarkable. So let's read what is labradorite. Why were you drawn to it? Pile 4. Protect your magic. What it is? Labradorite is a feldspar mineral first discovered in Canada's frozen north. The state seems to hold the light. The stone seems to hold the light of the aurora borealis just beneath its surface. This slightly psychedelic iridescent dance is known, quite appropriately, as labradorescence, as if I can ever say that properly. So it has like the, you know, the northern lights type of surface under it, or under the surface. Who needs it? Adventurers exploring far off lands, places, alchemical, spiritual, artistic, and dreamy. Any Pisces. We did have the hangman over here. When to use it? When you've lost your faith in magic. The world is a weird, wonderful, whimsical, watery rock hurtling through space, and you're on it, and that makes you special. Gaze into the labradorite and delight in that thought. How beautiful it is. Gaze into it. Gaze into it, my loves. So that's what I have for you, pile 4. What a beautiful reading. Brought me a lot of joy. So thank you for being here. Thank you for lending your energy to this channel. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. It would mean a lot for me for you to show me your support, and a like and or comment below if this makes sense, if any of this resonates, and feel free to share it with a friend or two if that helps. With that, I wish you much love and light. Have an amazing life. I'll talk to you later. Bye.